Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer individuals have faced persecution throughout American history by religious organizations, by society, and even by friends and family. However, they have overcome immense obstacles from the labeling of homosexuality, bisexuality, and transsexuality as mental illness to the persecution, criminalization, and ostracization of them due to their sexuality. It is now the year 2016, and America prides itself as a nation of freedom, of the pursuit of happiness. In light of recent progress in the LGBTQ movement, it seems America is a safe haven for all groups of people, regardless of their religion, ethnicity, or sexuality. But is it? Instead of progressing, is America being allowed to regress? Near the beginning of the 20th century, Freud began exploring the relativity of homosexuality and psychology. He soon diagnosed it as a mental illness, stating that homosexuality and paranoia were inseparable. Freud had a very strong influence in the scientific community and inspired many other psychologists and members in the scientific community to conduct studies of homosexuality, most notably the method of conversion therapy to treat this so-called mental illness. In 1952, the commonly accepted theory of homosexuality being a treatable disorder led the American Psychological Association to list homosexuality as a sociopathic personality disturbance in the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual of Mental Disorders. In 1956, at the meeting of the American Psychological Association, Evelyn Hooker presented research comparing the psychological health of homosexual and heterosexual men. Her results showed that even extensive research by experts found no differences in the mental health of these two groups. However, this conclusion was all but ignored. In the 1960s, the gay pride movement took hold during an era of isolation and exclusion from society. During this time, homosexual people came together to take a stand for their beliefs. This was monumental in beginning changes in the societal mentality towards the LGBTQ community. This movement had substantial political pressure on organizations like the APA to change their listing of homosexuality and heavily promoted against conversion therapy. However, it was not until 1987 that homosexuality was officially removed from the DSM. Shortly thereafter, psychologists and other medical organizations began to endorse and practice affirmative therapy, a positive, mild promotion of self-acceptance, especially when compared to the aggressive and abusive predecessor treatments. This change was due to scientific research conducted that emphasized that sexual orientation is not chosen but is predetermined before birth. Gay rights groups also pushed for this switch in treatment. Affirmative therapy focuses on creating the most comfortable environment for those of the LGBTQ community in which they can achieve acceptance rather than torturing them into converting. Sexual orientation change efforts were practiced in the past and included inducing pain through electric shock and inducing vomiting with chemicals while patients were forced to view homoerotic images. Vomiting was also induced when the patient expressed interest in the same gender. For evident reasons, such treatments have been denounced by psychiatric and medical organizations for nearly 30 years. Furthermore, it is illegal to offer this therapy to minors in 5 different states and in the District of Columbia. In 2007, a task force from the APA concluded that results of scientifically valid research indicate that it is unlikely that individuals will be able to reduce same-sex attractions or increase other sex attractions through SOCE. Moreover, Barack Obama's administration has openly denounced this practice, partly in response to the suicide of 17-year-old transgender teen Leila Alcorn. Leila commits suicide after she was forced to attend conversion therapy. Depression, addiction, anxiety, and even suicide are common results of this harsh treatment. Despite numerous recent scientific findings on the benefits affirmative therapy yields and results, conversion therapy hasn't died out. Despite modern psychologists encouraging and practicing affirmative psychotherapy for those struggling with their sexual orientations and gender identities, some notable individuals such as politician Ken Blackwell and Vice President-elect Pence suggest reparative therapy that's long thought to be ineffective, obsolete, and frankly inhumane. Blackwell and Pence have both endorsed the controversial mental health practice for an extended period of time. Despite the readily accepted theory of genetics predisposing individuals to sexuality that cannot be altered, Pence advocates for government-funded conversion therapy, stating, "Resources should be directed towards those institutions which provide assistance to those seeking to change their sexual behavior." The promotion of such a horrendous practice against a group of people by a government official begs one question: how far has society really progressed regarding the LGBTQ community?
I think that there has been great progress in the lives and members of the LGBTQ community in America, and that especially in those that are transgender and queer, they're able to come out and identify as such, and there are support systems now for them. And the fact that lesbian and gays have been given the right to marry has made life much better for many of them.
In general, yeah, because they just legalized gay marriage a couple years ago. And I mean, there's a lot more people that are more comfortable with coming out, and there's a lot of celebrities too. But like, I don't think that we've made like as much progress as we could, because there's still a lot of people that just think it's okay to discriminate, or that have these prejudices against this group for no particular reason.
Even though there has been progress, it is important to recognize there's still more to be done, especially in the realm of conversion therapy. In order to convey this message, we showed a raw account of a teen's experience with conversion therapy.
Because the government found all the other gays and killed them as children. If they found me, they would kill me. They will love me again if I will just change. Because my sister had tattled on me. My mom's up there. You know, I'm a logical person again, and it shines
like
through.
An actual
this is
story.
only 3 stories, and if I don't die, this is gonna hurt.
We then asked participants to react.
The video clip was really sad. Like, I don't agree with the gay lifestyle, but I think torturing them is not the way to go.
I think it's like really sad that someone's like family would just completely disown them after they like came out as gay. Like, even when my sister like came out, my parents weren't accepting about it. Like, my mom cried for like 3 days straight, but like they wouldn't, like they care enough about her like as a person to not have done that. And it's like, it's really sad. Like,
Through both scientific studies by credible organizations and horrifying anecdotes of torture and suicide, individuals can easily recognize the inefficiency of conversion therapy. Since before Freud, they faced consistent pressure by society to change themselves. Luckily, we made progress with conversion therapy, but is it enough to have a lasting impact? We, as a country, need to strive to ban conversion therapy in order to become a more accepting and open-minded nation. The future of not only our country's LGBTQ youth, but also our own country itself depends on it.